Yo, no maniacs, what's good? This is Nomad Live, all Bears all the time, in conjunction with Sports Zone Chicago and the Superback, Sean Sierra. Hey, listen, I'm about to come in hot real quick, but I'm going to give you a quick little overview of what I want to talk about today. Of course, the thumbnail, Caleb struggling with the defense early, but trust the process. I'm going to get all the way into that in just 1 second. Also, we're going to talk about the 1920s football drive and some takeaways from that. And also my personal little thing I got going on, man. I went into a chat. I think it was the Bears press conference, the last presser, after OTAs was over. And that ain't the first presser I got into. I watch them from time to time, and I started noticing some things. There's some punk podcasters out there with burner accounts that's out here trying to run our name down, straight up. I'm not going to tell you no names, but you might have a good idea who I'm talking about. But you start to see certain things going on, and I kind of stay out of the fray because it's a little too crazy in there for me, man. It's too much foolishness going on for me. But I watch sometimes, and I just pay attention to what people are doing, timing, and all that. But let me get right into. We'll get into that a little bit later on. You're gonna like this, so stick around here for that. You're gonna enjoy that. But let's get into the Caleb Williams thing right off the top, man. I got to come in hot on this one, man, because, I'm watching the presser and I'm listening to all the questions being asked. And, it's the media making a big stink out of a whole bunch of nothing. Rookie quarterback, new offense, one of the top 10 defenses in the league, and he struggled. Anybody surprised by that? Hell no. But we're going to get into detail about that, man. Process is the process, and it's to be expected. But before I take off real tough on that situation, I'm going to pass it on over to the Canuck and let everybody give out some pleasantries. When I get it back, man, I'm going to say a few things.
Happy Friday, no maniacs. I'm drinkless. It sucks. I'll get my drink later on. We'll keep things real. Hey, man, it's always a crazy week when you're in Bears land. You know what I'm saying? Just give y'all a little bit of love, a little bit of support, a little bit of shout out. My guy Smitty Q is with us. The Scrolls is with us today. Hey, what's up, the Scrolls? FFG Styles down with us. Plank is here as per normal. Number one, no maniac. Plank is with us. Jay Grizz just signed on. Squeegee's here. Patty Laura, our guy Armando's in the building. Junior, how you doing, Junior? Who else we got? Brian Hendren in the back. Give a little bit of love to our guy Santa Claus. And I think Black Rain's with us too. Black Rain, how you doing, Black Rain? We'll keep it real here. Throw it all over to my guy, the Bishop. Keep it moving. How you doing, Bishop?
Man, I'm blessed, kids. I'm blessed. Brother, look, I'm having that cocktail for you, brother.
Oh, see, you're one step ahead of me, Doc. One step ahead.
Yeah, man. I said, why not, man? It's my happy hour. It's the holiday weekend. I'm getting ready. I want to throw some things on the grill, probably Sunday. But it's been great, man. It's been great, man. I'm down here coming live from Houston. So I just want to say a quick hello to everybody out there, especially those in the chat. What's going on, y'all? And then my special people, as always, my man Stuart and Sophie in Florida. My boy V-Dub, actually off today. Enjoy your day off. Enjoy your extended weekend, my brother. To my number one girl, Rita, a.k.a. Sharita, and my sister, Felicia. But most importantly, to you fellas, it's good to see y'all, man. It really is.
Back at you, bro.
It's Friday, man. It's Friday, man.
5 o'clock come damn well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And to you, my man, Chris, love you too, my brother, and Brian in the back. But either way, we're gonna get down to this. I'm really excited to see how Nomad gonna kick things off today. So I'm gonna pass it to Sean and get on out the way so we can get to it. Superback, what's going on, my brother?
Gentlemen, how you doing? Sports owners and no maniacs.
How you doing?
It's a great day. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a great day, man. Good Bears talk. A lot of craziness going on. Do me a favor. Make sure you follow Sports Zone Chicago's YouTube channel. All right, download the Roku channel to your Roku television. All right, I'd appreciate it. excited. People are getting crazy, and just as they lean left one way. Oh, look at the dimes! Look at the dimes! He's throwing. He's dying. Like guys, they're warm-up passes. They're warm-up passes, or the one where he's throwing left and throws right. That's a dime. Like no, he actually had to jump up and get it off balance. That wouldn't be a dime. He should have caught it in stride for it to be dime. But I digress. Just as far left as they go, then as far right as they go. Oh, he's horrible. He's horrible. He's horrible. So it's crazy. Bears Twitter is nutso.
Bipolar, brother. Bipolar.
People just had, Pepe Silva said it right. He had one bad OTA. Season's over. Tyson Bagent's a QB1 now.
Don't steal the thunder, Sean. Now you're supposed to intro yourself so I can go and fire up on these cats, man.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm excited to talk a lot of Bears and kick off this Memorial Day weekend. Kick it off. Nomad.
Well, man, I appreciate you guys for being here today. The panel, man. I love you, brothers, man. Look, let me tell you something, man. There is a process. There's a process. And I started this conversation when I first got in here. I almost took off and didn't get no intros and pleasantries out because I feel that fired up about it. But the media they're a bunch of nerds, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Most of them. Some of them, the good ones. But they make a big stink out of nothing, and they go on their podcast later on and try to clean it up. Oh, wasn't that bad? He's a rookie, and all that kind of stuff. They do all this building up and then pick the guy apart when he has a rough day against the number one defense. I mean, one of the top defenses in the league. The number ones on our team on defense. They are all, man. The first 11, they ain't nothing to sneeze at, and they 3 years into this defense. Whereas Caleb and that offense, this is a lot of their first time through this. And so what would you expect but some struggle? Nothing good happens without a little bit of struggle. Nothing. And so these jerks, man, some of these dudes in the media, they go in there and they try to pick the cat apart and ask all these questions. Why this? Why that? Why the hell do you think? What the hell you think? We talking about somebody with an iPad with a whole bunch of scripted up plays, looking at the sequence of them, sequence. And you're looking at it on the iPad. Now you got to take it out to the field. Now you got to take it out on the field. And at first, when they got here in rookie OTAs, there was just a bunch of guys out there. So whatever they were running, and the way it looked is the way it looked when they had those bunch of different guys out there. Now you got the real dogs that came into the building. And it's not going to look the same. So should the defense be taking advantage of them? Yes. Advantage defense. But this is what you want. This is exactly what you want. You shouldn't get, I see the media has gotten a lot of fans a little irritated, a little upset, a little sensitive about the whole thing. Let me tell you something. Don't be bothered by that. Welcome that. That's exactly what you want to see. Tell you a quick story. When I was in high school, man, I can remember, doing all the stuff that they're doing right now, installing and looking at stuff on film, and then by the time you get out there to the field and put it in play in the scrimmage, it don't look nothing like you were doing in the film room. Nothing like it. Why? Because chemistry takes time. It's just time on task. And, here's the good thing about it. It's only bad when there are more fingers pointing out at each other than pointing in at yourself. That's the only time it gets bad. And I didn't hear a whole lot of that going on. I heard a whole lot of accountability, what we can do better, and all that kind of thing, man. But I think people are getting upset over nothing, man. Give this cat a chance. He just got his hand on the playbook. It's going to take time. And when it starts to come together, man, we might be looking at something real, real special. But you got to give it time. And that defense is going to take advantage of them most of the time until they get full stride. So just know that ahead of time, no matter what report is coming out telling you this or telling you that Caleb didn't look good, this player didn't look good, just consider the circumstances. This is going to get way better than it looks in voluntary OTAs. By the time midway through camp, you'll start seeing the difference. You'll start seeing the tide change, the tide will turn a little bit. You start hearing more positive stories. But for right now, best believe that defense is going to take advantage of them. It's one of the top defenses in the league. So I just want to start it off that way and let you guys pick up after that, kids.
Well, I'm upset. I expect him to come in here and know everything and basically walk onto the field and be Superman immediately. They got rid of my quarterback. This is the guy they got, and I'm extremely angry about this because he showed up in OTAs and didn't slay the world. Look, guys, like this is really just me just playing it up. Obviously, I want the kid. You got to give the kid the opportunity to do what he has to do, and really what he has to do is learn how to be consistent in beating a defense of this caliber. So he didn't do it the first opportunity he got. Not to mention he had, he was down Roma Dunze and Keenan Allen, among other things, as far as the offensive line is concerned. But that's just the reality there, guys. We can blow all the smoke we want to be upset and worried at the kids' first two practices, or we can just take a deep breath to take things in stride and let the process be the process. That's really what it's about. He has to learn how to effectively defeat a defense like this and manage his way through games like this, right? So what I want to hear, to be honest with you, is exactly what we heard these last couple of days. Oh, he's struggling. Perfect. Get all them struggles out right now, Doc. Get them all out. Struggle as much as you need to. And when the season comes, hopefully there will be a little bit less struggles. But let's all be honest with ourselves. And I think this is like, Bears fans across the board, we have to be a little bit honest with ourselves. I took a look at the season. I took a look at the potential out there, and I came out with an 11-6. There's no guarantees that we're going to hit the ground running. He's a rookie. This offense is basically in its first iteration. These guys are all learning how to be effective within that offense. There may be some growing pains, and even then, I think the NFL has done us a solid job to give them the opportunity to actually grow and still potentially excel into the postseason. So I'm just as excited as I was the last time I was talking on this show.
Before you go, Bishop, remember I just told you guys Wednesday that I was happy that the media, and that same day they ended up being inside the building and getting a little film, killed through a couple of balls that everybody got all excited about. But I told everybody I was happy that the media wasn't there for OTAs. But now you see why. Now you see why, because the struggles they got to go through, and it's mandatory. The struggles that they have to go through, it's obvious. It's obvious what they're going to have to struggle a little bit before they get to some good stuff. But that's why you don't want the media there, because they do this shit. But go ahead, Keith.
So I'm gonna look at it two different ways. First, kids, to top what you were really saying regarding what Caleb needs to learn how to do. What he needs to learn how to do is be an NFL quarterback. So
yes, indeed,
that's what he's currently learning how to be, which is an NFL quarterback. And the fact that he's struggling against a top 10 defense, if not one of the top 5, only bodes him well, because once he has an opportunity to learn how to take advantage of that defense, then he's going to be much more prepared within the season to be able to defeat the defenses in which he will be facing. So to think that here in May, their first week of having any type of cohesive practice where you're seeing both sides of the ball together, come on, man. I mean, what do you expect? If he let's flip it to the other way. Let's say he was killing the defense. What does that say about your defense? So you can look at it either way, but to really put it on pause, where it really needs to go and focus needs to be upon is the media and those that are reporting the negative things. Essentially, look, man, if anybody does not know, news is all built on propaganda. So they wouldn't be doing their job if they weren't being negative. If they're always being positive, what is there to report? So for them, it's all about followings. It's all about keeping you engaged. And during the off season, what better way to keep you engaged but to talk negatively about somebody whom they wanted so desperately to be chosen to be the quarterback of this team. So once again, we who just really believe in the sport, the game, and the players, and we understand the work that they have to put in, we take it a little more personal when we hear them process, because most of them have never been a part of the type of process. So they're reporting on something that they already don't know. They only see. And based on what they see, they feel that they are experts as to what's supposed to take place on that field. There's only a handful of them
There's a bunch of nerds
that's
with
capable of
typewriters
doing
in
that.
there. A bunch of nerds with
Oh,
typewriters. Some of them got some football knowledge, man. That's what people need to start understanding. Nerds with typewriters, nerds with laptops. That's what you get the news from.
And because of the way they report, that's why now what our platforms, the podcasts of the world that is doing the same thing for our team and respective teams, this is why people tune in to individuals like ourselves who have different levels of experience within the sport and things that they've attributed to it. But more importantly, being able to really say, look, this is how we see it from a fan standpoint and from having some general knowledge, man. It's just a different perspective and a much needed perspective, because those idiots, although they make the big dollars, what are they doing? Absolutely nothing. But what they are built to do, which is build someone up only to tear them down.
All right.
In some form or fashion. I'm gonna pass it to Sean because I can be on this soapbox for a minute. So
sure can. I can hear that cocktail coming out your ass. The Malort or whatever you drinking.
You know it ain't no Malort.
Go ahead, Sean.
I don't know if they sell it outside the city limits of Chicago. I think it's banned. I said it on my show all day today. And relax. Shut the hell up. All right. You guys said it perfectly. So if he was carving up the defense, would you be happy at that particular point? No,
I'd be worried.
No, you wouldn't.
So
first of all, it's 7-on-7. It's not team. So it didn't. Guys, don't worry the fact that everyone talked about, well, he didn't have Darnell Wright, and it was 7-on-7 that he had incompletions. Relax. All right, relax. I was ecstatic when I heard this. And it's not for all you Caleb lovers, Caleb cults who think I'm happy and I want him to fail. No. I do want him to fail because I want him to fail against a great defense. So when he figures out how to beat a great defense, guess what? He's going to be able to beat great defenses. And we're going to face some great defenses. This is all part of the process. I want him to fail as much as he can in OTAs, as much as he can in mandatory, voluntary OTAs, in mandatory OTAs, in mini camp, in training camp, and come preseason, put it all together, because that's how you learn. That's how you learn. You learn by struggle. You learn. I think you said that, Nomad. Learn by struggle. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. All right. You're not playing. He's not playing against New Mexico State, Utah State. Okay, you're playing against the best in the world. All right, so they're going to have an advantage of you. It's their third year in the same system. Play caller. Everybody, the chemistry on that side is tight. And a lot of these guys.
I think Ric Flair said it best. To be the man, you got to beat the man.
If he can consistently be productive against this defense, man, this is the first time they've been together. First time. And he had a good day Tuesday. All right, had a bad day the next. You don't think that defense has pride? You don't think that defense has pride? Come on now, the last 6 games, that was the best defense in the NFL. So if you don't think they have pride, you're crazy. You're nuttier than a $3 bill. Okay? So the thing about it is, I want him to fail. I want the defense to get the best of him, because you know what? In today's sometimes, I need something tactile. I can't look at it online. I can't do it. Won't do it. But in the Sun Times today, in the article, who was the article? This one. I don't want to get Patrick Finley. It said safety Kevin Byard and other members of the defense are making sure to build Williams up even as they hound him in practice. This is what you want. This is what makes champions. Iron sharpens iron. Oh, we're going to get in that ass. And I need you to figure out how we're doing it so you can be successful. Because if you're successful on offense and let us do our thing on defense, we're going to win a whole bunch of games. Relax. Listen. It's not Chicken Little. The sky is not falling. The sky is not falling. Actually, the skies are clearing up. You want these things now. You want him to struggle in week 1? You want him to struggle in week 2? No.
Hey, Sean.
Or do you want his amount of struggles to be smaller in week 1? Because he's still going to struggle, but smaller in week 1 and week 2. I'll take the amount of struggles to be drastically reduced because he's going against a phenomenal. Literally, what better way to get better than to work against those guys every day in practice? So, like the guy who owns us up north, who moved out to New York, RELAX. Relax.
First of all, Sean, we're gonna talk about that newspaper you walking around with that thing rolled up in your back pocket. I know it, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But listen, man, I remember.
And you with the typewriters cracking jokes, eh, Mr. Typewriter? I had to save you.
Hey, so when I started boxing when I was a little kid, and it wasn't by design. It was this guy, some kids in my neighborhood, they were already doing it, right? But then they told their uncle who was training them, it's this kid running around here, and all this, that, and I was getting in trouble fighting and doing all that stuff, and now they finally dragged me over there, and it was just like he said, "You want to learn how to really fight?" He said, "I'm gonna teach you, but I'm gonna beat you while I teach you." And so everything Sean just said just filtered my mind right back to that moment. That when he started slapping me around in that ring, and I probably was about to cry, he looked at me and said, "You gonna cry? You gonna cry? You better not cry." I said, "No, I ain't gonna cry." And he started slapping me around some more. "I'm gonna teach you how to defend yourself first. Take care of yourself." And that's what Caleb is doing, Sean. He's got to learn how to take care of himself inside the pocket, know the stuff, and be able to deliver the ball. He's not there yet, obviously.
He's different, man. Nomad, tell him you're a DB. I was a running back because I didn't have to throw the ball. But for me, the speed of the defensive lineman was different when I got to college. The speed, and I guarantee for you the same thing. The speed of the wide receivers was different when you went to college, wasn't it? You're like, oh, yeah. I thought I had Muggs. Now all of a sudden, it's a different speed, and he doesn't have that speed yet. Again, you're not playing Utah State, man, and it's okay. And I'm not bragging on Caleb. I'm just saying you got to realize who you're messing with every single day. Give him a couple of practices. He'll be fine. He didn't win the Heisman for nothing. The kid's talented. Just relax.
He is. It's exactly what you want to see. It's so many lessons. I almost told this story, but I knew I was taking too much time, man. Listen, in high school, I can remember scrimmaging and it not looking good. The first install is usually pretty much trash, and it just so happened that the media was there to see this one. But I remember we were not filming those scrimmages at first, and I went to the coach, our defensive coordinator, and I was like, "Man, we need to see this stuff on film." He was like, "What are you guys gonna do with it?" I said, "What the hell you think we're gonna do with them? Bring these dudes over to my house and we're gonna watch it. What if they don't come? Oh, they coming. Oh, they coming over there." And that's exactly what we did. We got a breakdown. He gave it to me, and I had pretty much everybody and their mama in my mother's basement on that team. It was a few standouts that didn't come, and we rolled on them the next day. But that's what you have to do. So what should have been going on, fellas, is there should have been a lot of phone calls going on after practice. If it wasn't people sticking around the facility, there should have been calls going on after practice, which I'm sure there probably was. That's how you get on the same page. It's not about really pointing the finger at, because you know what happens, Sean, and you know this to be a fact. First time you go out there on them installs and you start running them in live speed, stuff ain't going right. You go back to the huddle and everybody's talking crap, kind of pointing the finger at everybody. Mm-hmm. And what you got to do right then and there is say, "Oh, whoa. Come on now. We got time here. We're going to get this figured out, but don't start pointing.
Not play one.
You know exactly what it is, Sean. Go ahead.
Not play one, man. And that's the one. And hopefully, and here's where leadership comes in. Hopefully he says they need to be beating our ass right now. Okay. We got to figure it out. That's a 3-year. This is 3 years in the making. This is year number 3 or 2+ years in the making on that side of the ball. All right. We are, how long you been here, Coach Waldron? Okay. Months in the making. So let's relax, do our job. They're gonna have the upper hand for a lot, but that doesn't mean we don't fight. It doesn't mean we don't run our routes. It doesn't mean we don't take advantage where they try and sneak it and cheat over or shade over a little bit. There's whoever, if there was someone, and hopefully that was Caleb, there was somebody in there in that huddle that just said, hey, let's keep working. It's gonna get better. That's all you want, man. That's all you want.
Yeah, man. It's I can just tell you, just from the little time that we spent sitting in my mother's basement, breaking stuff down. Like, look, man, you gotta on that out route, man. You kind of bending that out too much. It's too much curve on it instead of sharpness. Little stuff like that.
Yep.
Little stuff like that.
That DB is he able to undercut you because you're rounding that out and he gets to slide underneath. It's got to drop those hips, come out. If anything, come back a half a yard too when you're coming to the sideline. If anything, but
and you know why that's something like that should be an emphasis. It's the timing routes that they run, Sean. That's got to be. I mean, you got to be ultra precise doing those timing routes like that. You have to be ultra precise, man. And Bishop, you guys can go ahead, man. I'm a little fired up today. I'm finally getting my energy back, as people can probably sense, and it feels good to do a Chicago Bears podcast again. Full energy, feeling better than I was, man. But go ahead, Bishop. You got something? You on mute, bro.
No, man. I was just basically just bringing it full circle regarding what everybody's been saying, man. It's a learning process, and we should want that learning process to take place now.
Yep.
So that they can work on things. And again, and I'm going to reiterate what I said earlier. The fact that he is struggling against one of the top defenses in the league means that he can only get better. If he was practicing against one of the worst defenses, then I would be concerned. But the fact that he's competing against one of the top defenses, you got a secondary that, and even though it's 7-on-7, hell, we got linebackers that's moving, that cover ground, man. So it ain't like our defensive fronts are going to be rough for every quarterback that we face, not just ours, but it's the fact that ours is struggling right now. And again, it's May. They're just getting started.
Trade them. Redraft them.
GM.
Bottom line, gentlemen. Bottom line, gentlemen. I gotta tell the viewers something.
No, man. Let me finish with this. Let me finish with this real quick. This is the reason why we took the stance that we took for Justin, because of the negativity and the vitriol that is projected toward these players, man, not understanding the process. So once again, you about to put us in that same position again. Back up, man.
Man.
Now we're defending the guys that we didn't want. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're defending the guy that we didn't want that you wanted.
Well, first of all, Sean, hold on, wait a minute.
Sean, you guys know, like, this was my exact diatribe a couple of weeks ago. It was like, now you're gonna get the quarterback, and you guys are gonna crucify him the minute he struggles. Just wait for it. And here I am sitting here waiting for it. And I said then, and I'll say it again now, that I would have because he's the Bears QB, I will defend the Bears QB regardless. He needs that time to grow. We have to give. Dude. We don't have another quarterback to talk about unless y'all want to talk about Tyson Bagent.
Oh man, the bottom line.
How much time we got on this show? We got
another bottom line is, man, it's tune the media out, man. Tune those nerves out, man. They go in there and get all that controversy, then go right to their podcast trying to clean the shit up. Stop.
He hasn't even thrown a football, right? Like, he hasn't thrown a football in an NFL game yet. Everybody just be cool. We'll get there. Let the kid acclimate. There's so much for him to learn. He hasn't even seen the speed of a live defense in the NFL yet. It's like, if we think he's struggling today against 7-on-7, right, with no pads. It's good, it's gonna get a little bit worse in the next 4 weeks, guys. Like, let's just be real about this. It's gonna get a little bit worse.
What'd you say, Bishop? What is it? It's what?
It's May.
Man, we got to temper expectations here clearly. Like it's May, as the man says. It's only May. We got a couple weeks before we even get pads on. Like there's no pads yet. Wait till we get to that situation. Everybody's going to be like, "Oh my god!"
Bro.
The defense would just.
Let me tell you guys something, man. Let me tell you guys something. I thought, and this might sound strange to you guys, but I thought that was the best news in the world.
Maybe
I agree.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Me too.
Because what's going to come of it? What's going to come of it is, I mean, they're giving him the best ass whoopings in the world right now, and you know he's going to become battle tested. That's the point. Battle tested. By the time game one comes around, he'll have experienced the rigors of a top 5, top 10 defense day after day. And so, what do you think the games are going to slow down just a little bit for him, and he'll, you know, he's going to do, and they know exactly what's going on, kind of. So this not going after a while, there won't be a whole lot that they can do on offense that's going to surprise their defense. However, on the other side of that, the opponent we face week one has no idea. And so they're out there jumping stuff, undercutting routes, and all that kind of stuff. You won't have that problem game one. And so understand this, those ass whoopings are important. What's going to become of Caleb after those butt whoopings is important. The battle-tested Caleb Williams is what you want week one, not no dude that's been sitting up there being pacified, throwing the ball against soft coverage. They're supposed to take it to him early. Practices are supposed to be tough so that the games become easy. And so that's what you're witnessing right now. Don't take it for anything other than that right there.
And let's not forget, they're in a great spot. All right, I already told you he already had been exposed to this playbook early. All right, due to the relationship between his quarterback coach and Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator. So that a lot of that basic stuff is out of the way. Okay, that stuff which he'd be working on now is already taken care of. The cadence stuff working on already taken care of. Understanding formations and personnel groups taken care of already. All right, the ass whooping that's going to come regardless. That was going to come regardless, and it just would have come without him understanding the cadence, the formations, the packages, everything else. It would have came, but he's got all that happen. And let's not forget they get the Hall of Fame Bowl, so they get the Hall of Fame game, so they get to practice earlier than everybody else. All these things, the NFL has done a good job of really helping the Bears be successful, making sure that week 11 is when they start their division, making sure the first 10 weeks or 9 games, first 10 weeks, okay, are against teams that are inferior or not very strong. All right, you can work out stuff, man. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
See, there's another aspect to all this, and it's just like it's the mental aspect. And we've had the opportunity to really sort of look at Caleb Williams and get like an outside idea of his personality, right? Just an outside idea. It seems to be a pretty cool guy, as in a jovial character, a personable guy. But again, once we're hit with adversity, adversity has a way of changing us, right? Whether positive or negative. In the role of a quarterback, you really want that adversity to be taken in and dissected and then spit back out in a positive manner. That's really what he has to do. He has to learn from the adversity, transform it, and turn it into wins. And that's what I hope, right? Like that's really why you want him to be battle tested at this time. You want him to go through that adversity again against one of the better defenses in the NFL, gain that knowledge, gain that emotional aptitude, and use that to win games. Let's go, y'all. I'm happy. And like I'm telling you, it's going to get worse in the next 4 weeks, guaranteed. And hopefully then we'll start to hear a little bit of, okay, all right, so Caleb's starting to get used to this now, and here's how he's dissecting it. And we'll see how she goes, but I'm interested in his mental state. And as a part of that, some of the comments that came out yesterday was DJ did actually go back and have a conversation with Caleb about the practice. And so did Kevin Byard, which was really cool. It was really cool to see. It was cool to hear from Kevin Byard yesterday, although, again, we're really talking about offense. It was cool to hear from him being the new guy in the secondary. And he really showed a fair amount of seniority and leadership that he's able to bring to the table that, again, considering I really hadn't heard from him that much thus far, it was refreshing to hear from him. And he also went out of his way to talk to Caleb and say, hey, look, man, this is how we're going to get you right. We're going to put you in these situations so you can figure your way out.
They better be having conversations with him. That's exactly what they better be doing. Let me turn the car just a little bit slightly to the right. I saw some video coming out, and I saw the emphasis of what Eric Washington brings to the table. Yes, I know it's summertime. Yes, I know it's shorts. Yes, I know it's May. Yes, I know they're not playing against an opponent right now. I got all that, man. So be quiet. I got all that. Listen, those boys, he has got those boys coming off that ball, Sean. I mean, he's got them coming off that ball like their hair is on fire, which is what I expected. Okay, Nomad, what's the difference between them doing that last year and now? All you got to do is go look at some film from last year. I don't have any to show you, but I can see a huge difference in how fast those dudes was coming off that ball and how they're coming off like their hair is on fire. And that's one of the things you heard him say at that presser, Sean. I just want to see you guys get off that ball and get off the ball fast. Worry about making mistakes afterwards, but get off that ball fast and playing violent. And that's what it's all about. You know, and it was just a film of the edge rushers. So the guys that stuck out to me were definitely Jacob Martin, definitely Daniel Hardy, and definitely, surprise, surprise, kids, Dominique Robinson. I don't know if you all saw him.
I didn't see this. Why did Dom Rob jump out to you specifically?
Maybe while we're talking, maybe jump on Twitter and see if you can find that thing. But yeah, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But go ahead, Sean. Those dudes were coming off that thing, man.
Well, here's the thing, is that they came off, like you said, with like their hair's on fire. That's the standard. That's all Washington will accept. So the thing about football, which is very similar to the military, you're told what to do. All right. I need you to come off. All right. I need you to penetrate. I need you literally 1 yard. You have to get me 1 yard. Just you live 1 yard past it, past the line of scrimmage. And you may not make a tackle, but I tell you what, you will cause a whole hell of a lot of disruption if you live 1 yard on the other side of that line of scrimmage. That's it. You don't got to be 6 yards deep, 5 yards deep. You live one. You make a living of being the first of recreating that offense, the line of scrimmage 1 yard into the backfield. You will be a Hall of Famer if that is the consistent thing for you, because it disrupts everything. And this is the thing that Washington does. He demands it. How do you do that? You got to be off the ball quick. And you're already at a disadvantage because they know the snap count and you don't. So the discipline that he has with these guys, and once it is time to take off, you have to go. And so when you see all these guys taking off, this is what they expected, because you don't think Dominique has realized that, he could be fighting for his pro career. You don't think everyone else is not just a spot of the team on your pro career is what you're fighting for. So yeah, you're gonna do it. And if this is all this is the only thing that's acceptable, this is the only thing you do. And that's why I loved it. That's why I loved, that's why I talked about, that's why Nomad has talked about the importance of Coach Washington. # coaching matters. You get guys, and this is the only thing you'll accept. This they'll do. You don't want to do it? Good. Guess what? Get out of line, cut them. Good luck in your future, but that's not how we do things here anymore. We're doing it the level that we set. Like, to borrow a line from Coach Tomlin, the standard is a standard, and the standard has been raised from Coach Washington, big time.
Real quick, Cornelius Squalls, no, I did not find you. I don't think you can find it. Somebody might have made a video out of it by now. Could be. But I found that on Twitter. And so, by the way, kids, if you find that thing, number 92 is Daniel Hardy and 55 is Jacob Martin. But why you still haven't found it?
I'm going through Twitter. I can't find nothing. I'll keep looking.
But yeah, don't worry about it, man. I do a pretty good job of describing it. But right quick, man, let's take a quick station ID and get to some other topics on the other side of that, Brian. If you could.
The best Chicago Bears content anywhere. Catch Nomad live pregame 1 hour prior to kickoff and Nomad at night postgame. And every Friday evening at 7 p.m. Central on all the most popular streaming platforms. And only on the Nomad Network.
That's right, you guys, man. Please make sure you go stop right now. Stop what you're doing. Stop what we're doing. Hop out right quick and make sure you hit the like button. Just hit pause on the chat right now. If you haven't, jump out right now and hit the like button for us all, man, because that's the easiest way to tell the algorithm you like this content, man. And it definitely helps us. And if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button because we definitely need your help. And that's for us both on the Nomad Network and for Sports Zone Chicago. We appreciate all of your support, man, and keep it up. Really quick, though, I just wanted to say this, just some house maintenance. Some people already know that I've been doing Nomad TV, and I made a huge mistake by putting that content on this channel. I think it needed its own channel from the beginning. I think people were getting confused by the notifications and like getting this different content, expecting Bears content. So I didn't really think about that. I didn't think that through very well. And I apologize for you guys that got inconvenienced by that. So we will not be having Nomad. Matter of fact, Nomad TV, that name is done. We have to go use another name because we ran into some problems. Somebody else with like 200-300 subscribers has got that name, and it wasn't going well, man. And that being the reason why. But we're gonna change that to No Face Podcast, and you'll see that. And you see that gold mic out there. That's that content. And anybody that wants to come and support it, it'll be on its own channel. You can come and support it. We will welcome you. We will appreciate you being there. But I apologize again for that inconvenience. So with that being said, let's move on ahead, man. Let's get into what did you all get to see that 1920 football drive? Before I take any meat off the bone, anybody that wants to respond to that can.
Yep. Which one are you talking about? The one where they're talking about Rome?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was dope, man. Rome's the guy they wanted all along, and they talked, or maybe let me put it this way. I don't know if it's the guy they wanted all along. It's the guy that they thought that they were going to be able to get. They figured Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be gone and Neighbors is going to be gone. And when Neighbors was taken, they're thinking the Giants are going to take Neighbors, and they got him. Like, okay, cool. And then they're just worried about Atlanta, and that was their guy.
Sean, was it just a clip of the was it just a clip of what was going on in the war room, or was it a full 1920 drive episode?
No, that was a clip from 1920 drive of what was going on during the draft.
Okay. Don't play no videos, man. Don't play no videos, man. We get knocked I got to figure out why we get knocked. Once I figure out, me and the fellas gonna take a quick look at that, man, and kind of dissect what the problem is, because other people are monetized and get to play videos. I just haven't figured out why we can't do it. So it's something in the bylaws that I got to figure out before we can start doing that. Whatever it is, we'll figure it out and be able to play some videos. But anybody that's got stuff monetized, you can't really use this stuff. You know what I mean? So this is how the game is played right about now. But Bishop, did you see any of the 1920 football drive, and what did you think of it?
Yeah, I got a chance to check out that clip, man, and Poles was sweating. Poles was sweating.
You're talking about the wrong part.
Yeah.
Poles that's what it's. Yeah.
But you know what though, man? You know what, man? But at the same time, I'm happy, man, that they got the guy that they really wanted, man. And I'm happy for the young man. But yeah, I actually like, man, what the Bears are doing with regarding how they utilize in 1920, man. I'm just gonna give a big ups to them in terms of their marketing, man. They've really pumped up their marketing, man. It's awesome, man. I love how they're getting behind these guys, man, and getting their faces out there so you can, achieve some type of attachment to them in terms of knowing what these guys are, who they are, outside of just, out there on the field playing football. So, but yeah, I like the Rome clip, man, and I'm glad they got that guy, man. I really am.
Anybody else?
Well, I'll just say it was things that jumped out to me. Number one, Ian Cunningham, and there's a point where Ian just kind of reaches out, grabs him by the shoulder just to give him a little bit, give Ryan Poles a little bit of a, hey man, I got you. Don't worry about it. Just be cool. We'll get there. We'll get the guy we want. Just be cool.
Yeah, you
So
kind of get.
Yeah. So just the relationship between, and there wasn't much by way of words. It was just,
the energy, you felt it.
Yeah.
You felt it, and it was good to see that relationship between the two of them. He was like, "All right, man," and as they kept waiting, you could hear Poles just asking questions now. Oh, like who you think they're gonna get? They're gonna get Alter. They're gonna get JC Latham. Is that who they're gonna get? No. What about Neighbors? You think they're going? Oh man, I think they're gonna.
I think New York takes Neighbors. And then his face when they Penix, he was like Penix.
Penix.
He's like, what?
And he stopped and he looks over his shoulder.
Raggy.
I don't know who he was talking to, but it was like, hey, like, was that close enough for you, bro? Like, you all right over there? Because I'm sweating.
Right away, he's like, he goes, he got on the phone. He goes, did you print the card? He goes, I don't know, don't turn it in yet. I just want to make sure you printed it. All right, just make sure you have it.
Hey, Sean, do you guys remember pre-draft? When everybody was all over the place about what we should do at 9, and I had my favorite players. Most people wanted that edge rusher, and I kept bringing it back to what, I would not be mad if Poles did what I think he should do, regardless of what everybody else in the building may want, and that's make sure if you want to get this quarterback, make sure you pair him up with the guy he's going to be with for 10 years. And so I think that part of it, is a home run, man. Let me tell you something about Rome Odunze. Rome Odunze is bigger. He's bigger than he appears. He's more 6'4" than
6'3".
He's I think he's more 6'4", and he's got crazy long arms, and it's 215, and it's faster than he appears. He's a long strider. And so he's got those kind of that Randy Moss type of speed, that kind of speed with those long strides. Before you know it, he's galloped on you and closed your coverage, close your gap, and he's on top of you. I'm telling you, Rome Odunze is going to be a stud. And it's just like Caleb. It's a matter of getting into the foxhole, learning your stuff, and being ready for the battle. And it's a process for him. But I'm telling you right now, that was a home run. That was 2 home runs in a row, man. They got the quarterback they were looking for and paired him up with the right receiver, man. This dude is a ball winner. This dude, you throw that ball up, he's coming down with it. I heard one of the scouts in that room and say that about him during the 1920s football drive. And I kept saying that over and over. You throw that ball up 9 times out of 10, this dude's coming down with it. He's just that kind of guy, man. He's got those long arms and he's got that flypaper for hands, man. I'm telling you, those were home run picks. And I looked at inside that process of what they were thinking. They were thinking exactly how we were. Get this kid and get him the receiver and match him up with him, and we got something for the next 10 years.
But let's not forget also, all right, this stud of a receiver, all right, if this is why the situation was so great and it was so great to get him. I had ESPN had him at 6'3", Jay Saunders, 6'2.5", 6'3". All right.
He looks more 6'4" to me.
Okay. But the thing is that because of DJ Moore and because of Keenan Allen, there's no way on God's green earth he's getting anything higher than the 3rd best cornerback on the defense.
Yep.
That's the best cornerback he's going to face, barring injury, of course, to DJ or Keenan, because you can't put a top cornerback on a rookie when you have DJ Moore 1,300 yards and Keenan Allen 1,200 yards from a year ago. You just can't do that. So yeah, Keenan. So you want to go? You want to jump ball? Good. You throw a jump ball with Rome Odunze, who's 6'3", okay, with a 5'9" nickelback. I mean, come on, man. You're not going to get a lot of 6'1", 6'2" nickels in the league. And is he the 3rd best cornerback? Is he the 4th? Is he only on because he's special teams too? Man, it's gonna be fun,
whoever finds themselves on either one of those 3 guys in the slot, but in particular Rome Odunze, you got problems. The slot corner is always about what Sean says, about that 5'8", 5'9", no bigger than about 5'10". that guy is going to have a distinct disadvantage against Romo Dunes. All you got to do is post him up. You don't have to. You can run around and run over top of him, but if you're in a short area situation at 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, and you got 3 wide out there, and you stick Rome in that slot, he's going to have an advantage 9 times out of 10. Almost, I don't know a slot corner in the league that can match up with this cat. I'm thinking in my head right now, I don't know a guy with the physical characteristics that can match up with him. I think the only guy is probably
might be on our team.
Just what I was about to say. Probably a guy on our team, but he's on our team, and so Rome will get that. Rome will get those one-on-ones in practice against those bigger corners. You know, Smitty, your Tyreeks. You know, Jalen will match up with him one-on-one in the slot in different times like that, different parts of the offseason, and he'll get some tough reps against those guys, and they're going to probably win a whole lot more than they lose. But, you know, he's going to get that battle-tested edge to him too, same as Caleb Williams. Right. By the time the regular season rolls around, man, I'm telling you, we're going to have some sharpened iron out there because iron sharpens iron. And so that's the best thing about the situation with Caleb Williams and these rookies that they brought in is that they, you know, everybody says, oh, Caleb's got the best situation because, you know, DJ and all that stuff going on. No, I'm telling you, it's this defense, man. It's this defense and what they're going to be able to, how they're going to be able to challenge these dudes in practice and bring something out of them, you know, and battle test these guys for the games. I'm telling you, that's going to be the gold. That's the goal right there. What they're going to do to them in practice is going to prepare them for the games. That's the true goal. If you wanted to take something out of this situation with Caleb Williams, Rome, and the rest of those rookies, it's that right there. This defense is going to prepare them in a way that you can't see coming right now.
Damn. It's going to be fun, bro. It's going to be fun. And I know someone said, well, Rome's the X and Moore's the Z, Allen's the slot. They're interchangeable.
You could switch them on any one of those guys. Yeah, for sure, Sean.
They're literally interchangeable. And the thing about it, I mean, so what if you got, again, what we talked about, you know, the difficulty of playing slot corner. We saw Kyler Gordon have issues his first year. Why? Because it's a two-way go. All right, you can line up outside on the corner. I mean, if you're outside, a guy has to go inside. You know what I mean? You could force him inside. In the slot, you can't do that. And then what if you put him in motion? Now there's really no way to get your hands and to slow down or check or jam a receiver. Imagine not jamming DJ Moore. Imagine not jamming Keenan Allen. Imagine not jamming Rome Odunze. All right. So, and you can do short motion. All right. He's a slot, goes out, comes back, cross, over, out, whatever it is, whatever route they want. But getting no hands on him when he's facing the third best, at best, the third best cornerback on their team. Yeah, that's problems. Because now if the safety slides over, well, guess what? Here comes Keenan Allen behind him, or DJ Moore, or Cole Kmet in the seam. It's literally pick your poison. Who do you want to destroy you today? Defensive coordinator.
Add on to that, bro. Like DJ in the slot last year was pretty dangerous. I think he got in there 1 or 2 games. Pretty dangerous out of the slot. We already know Keenan Allen's a monster in the slot. We can only imagine what Odunze can do in that position again, going up against a 5'9" potential, you know, CB3. I'm excited by the whole idea of this, man. Let's go off it. Let's get this thing in.
Hey kids, I gotta mention Brian said in the private chat he wanted me to mention, don't forget, Rome Odunze's got a 39.5-inch vert too. Vertical, by the way. That's what vert means.
Oh, I see VJ, and I was going to ask a whole other question.
Hey, remember what they used to do to Randy Moss and Megatron? Remember the 15, 20-yard line in? Remember that's how Peanut earned his stripes. Remember? Because they were just throwing it up, having Moss in it, and Randy Moss and Megatron were just mossing people. Just moss. You couldn't do anything until Peanut said, "No, I got this," and that's how Peanut really came to prominence when he intercepted the ball in the end zone from Megatron, and from Moss. Remember he did that to Megatron. Moss too, I believe. I was like, man, dude. So you're gonna you do that 6'4" with a 39-inch vert against a 5'8", 5'90", hell, even a 6-foot guy who may not have a 39-inch vert or long arms. Well, this offense is so exciting. and this is why I can't wait for this, because all the nonsense is going on now. I just can't wait till preseason and the regular season.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
FFG Style wants to know, why is nobody talking about the tight ends?
I'm getting there.
I mentioned them.
I'm getting ready to jump in there with that, because you look.
You go.
Think about the mismatches, man. So you got all these different mismatches you can throw at them just with the receivers, but then you incorporate the tight ends too. We got 2 tight ends that can catch the football. So brother, and then let's throw in the running backs.
Yeah.
I mean, so you got so many different mismatches that you can put together and create, man, that can put so much pressure on the opposing defenses. So that's why this being May is very important to be able to start implementing and installing everything that you want to do and play around with different, mismatches, putting guys in motion, lining guys out wide, moving them inside, stacking. It's it's going to be ridiculous, man. It really is. And then, then of course with the tight ends, Cole Kmet, I think he's going to have a heck of a year this year. I really do. I think he's going to benefit a lot.
Guys with the safety blankets, right? Like those 3 guys, Cole,
him
Gerald Everett,
those cats gonna eat, man.
Swift too, right? You want to throw Swift in there too.
Yeah.
Those 3 guys are just safety all day long, and then you sprinkle in some Keenan Allen in the slot, and you've got a nice little safety situation, right? That's real safe.
It goes back to what Sean and I.
You see, Just B, right?
Sean and I was saying before with regard to the intermediate game, how important that's going to be.
You see what Just B is saying right there, don't you? Wide receiver.
Did you see the catch he made the other day? That speaks to that.
That's where Caleb was rolling left and threw it off balance, right? Yeah, that's always a great catch.
Ooh, my God,
that's a great catch.
Pulled that baby out of the sky, and that's a nice catch, man. That's the type of stuff we're going to expect from Everett.
Don't forget, when you're talking about safety valves, like, you can't sit there and play those safety valves. You can't.
No,
you can't sit there. You can't play the underneath route because DJ's gone. DJ's running deep or intermediate. Keenan Allen's going to run intermediate to deep. All right. Adunze's going to run intermediate to deep. And there's no way you can keep cover underneath because you're worried about that. And now, so a lot of these dump offs are going to be 6-yard passes that turn into 20+ yard gains because DBs are backing up, and that you have 3.
They got to go follow the other 3 guys, right? They got to follow somebody's got to be covered.
Let me speak to what James Joseph has said. James, if I were the coach, I would not know how to scheme 6 pass catches. It's almost impossible to do that for one game. Let me tell you how that plays out, James. It's usually the way it works, Sean. You know this. It's like, hey, this is me and you today, man. This is supposed to be our game, man. We're going to get off this game. If, from the looks of film, we're going to have the most opportunity. So it might be 2 guys during the week that, they have focused on. Like, you should be able to get the matchups that you want, whether it's Cole Kmet,
these guys,
DJ Moore, or it might be Romo Dunze and Gerald Everett. I mean, yeah, it just matters. It depends on what week, who they're playing, and the matchup. And so it's almost impossible to scheme up 6 pass catchers. But
it is. So what you do is you find a weakness and you exploit it. And you can exploit it with different receivers. So if the slot receiver is the dude that you're gonna burn, all right, DJ, you got the first quarter in the slot. It's Rome, you got the second quarter in the slot. Keenan, you got the third quarter in the slot. All right, and you just go and you just beat him like a redheaded stepchild, okay, and abuse him till he wants to cry. All right, until they do something where they make adjustments, and then you got to be ready for those adjustments. Like you can't scheme all 6. You got to find where's the weakness. What do they do that's not good? We can exploit. Okay, can we alternate and then we have or can we move these guys around? Well, we have 3 guys you can move around. Perfect. So now we can use DJ's physicality against him. Now we can use Keenan's height against him. Now we can use Roman Dunze's height, speed, and physicality against him. And you just pick, there's an old saying in baseball for all you baseball people, when a pitcher is giving up homers, there's a fight at the bat rack. All right. There'll be a fight at the bat rack. Like, no. I want the slot. No, I want the slot. No, I want the slot. No, I want the slot. Come on, you had it last time. Paper, rock, scissors.
My turn.
Paper, scissors.
I want my turn.
Imagine we did it at the same time.
So, hey, Dobbsy, you running late, man. Make sure you catch this on rewind, man. We've been on fire the whole entire show. We got a Bambino here.
Yes.
Got a Bambino?
Who's this?
What we
Who's
got
that?
here?
That's my granddaughter.
What's that, a baby?
Oh, what's that, baby?
Is that a
Oh,
baby?
you cute.
Say hi.
Hey, that's your granddaughter. Hey, baby.
Yeah, that's my grandbaby.
Hey, cuteness. How
She's
you
adorable.
doing? Yes, she is. That's lovely, man. What's her name, man?
This is Cody.
Cody. How you spell
Yeah.
that?
Kodi.
Oh, that's
It's
cute.
just, dude. Why was I
Oh.
thinking that? I'm like, I wonder if it's a KODI, like just a different
Yeah.
spelling. That's
Hey,
funny.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, this
hey,
is-
KQ said that's a future Chicago Sky player.
Hey, and you know it. And you know it. She's tough, man. She's rough. So
She
she
is
gon-
precious.
Uh-oh.
Jay Grizz said you getting a lot of cute, precious, man. You getting a lot of that baby. Don't even know it's a lot of love for her in here.
it's G
Baby
Pop's
bear.
baby here. This is G Pop's baby here. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
she got you wrapped around her finger. You can't take
Yes,
her
she
to the
do.
grocery store. She come out with everything.
Hey, look, that's okay.
Take her
That's
to the
okay.
store, gas station. She coming out with every candy in there, every cookie, cake. She getting all of it. Sugar rush on where you at?
No, G Pop do the monitoring. Now you ain't getting me that much. No, you're not getting me that much. I put the kibosh on what I need to.
Hey Cody. Hey Cody.
I got my
Cody. Somebody said, "Hello, princess. You the cutest."
She can't hear you because you got his headphones on.
Oh yeah, dang.
everybody's out there saying hello. Wave to the people. Wave.
They said, "Hey, Levante said,
Wave.
man, you too young for a grandbaby, man. I don't know what you talking about, Levante." But hey, that's a cutie, man.
Right.
You might want to get her out of here for what I'm about to do next, man.
Oh,
Because
she can't hear you.
oh, okay, that's right. I gotta take some personal privilege here, man. Because let me tell you something. I watch a lot, and I'm damn near like a detective. I really am. In another life, I could definitely be a detective because I notice things. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of hating going on out there on the Nomad Network. Why? Because we're not available. People aren't going into a whole lot of chat rooms when the Bears go do a presser or something like that, where there's a bunch of people in there. And let me tell you, man, some of your favorite podcasters out there are a bunch of busters, and they're a bunch of clout chasing busters at that. Some of your favorite podcasters. And I'm gonna tell you something. You guys are so busy, wrapped up into getting excited about what the press is about to be about. I mean, the press conference is about to be about who the next player is. Y'all miss the details and the signs. So let me tell you how to cue up on what's going on. So when you notice, you go in there, and next thing you know, one of your favorite podcasters jumps in there, and 5 minutes later, it's about 1,000 people shouting them out. Those are a lot of burner accounts right there. And after that, when you go in there and you see your favorite podcast and you see all those burner accounts come after that person, after that, you see them go to attacking other podcasters, people like networks like ours. Oh, don't watch them. Unsubscribe to their channel. They're garbage. They're trash. Just understand what you're looking at. Understand what you're looking at. That's how the game is played. They go out there with their actual person, and then they come afterwards with their burner accounts to get clout. So understand that when you're looking at it. These are clout chasers out here pissing on everybody's podcast, trying to be. And another thing, I just wanted to make sure you guys, and I said this before, I'm gonna re-emphasize this to you. There's this thing called an order desk for likes and subscriptions. Anytime you want it, you want 1,000 likes, 1,000 views on your podcast today, you can pay $30. You want 2,000, pay another 30. If you got the money, you can get the likes, you can get the views, you can get the subs. And so none of them are quite what you think they are. None of them. And they're out here hating on other podcasts. Why? Because this old man told me this a long time ago, Sean. He said, look, youngster, if it ain't nobody out there hating on you, switch it up and switch it up fast and do something different because you're effing up. If ain't nobody hating on you, you ain't doing something right. Switch that shit up, son. That's what he told me. And that's what you see going on out there. Understand the signs, understand the patterns. When you got people out there specifically telling you to not watch these shows. These shows are garbage. Unsubscribe to these channels. Those are burner accounts from podcasters that are jealous of what other people do. And so I've been noticing from afar. I ain't said nothing until yesterday. And I went in there and trolled the hell out of one of your favorite podcasters' accounts and made his ass shut up. But I'm gonna jump in there and do that once in a while and point it out to you guys so you know, man, it's a bunch of fake going on out there and a bunch of hating going on out there. But you're doing something right when you got haters, and we definitely doing something right over here. But I'll pass it to you guys.
Yeah,
Anybody?
bump them. It's the sensationalism that they partake in. It's bothersome. It's annoying, and it's really
Clout chasing.
It's really bothersome and annoying. All right, it's bothersome and it's annoying, and you know that's it. You know what? I don't even want to go into it because I get fired up, and I got to see these guys in the press box, and Lord knows if one of them comes to me the wrong way, I might slap them and lose my credentials. So it's not because they ain't a person in there that scares me, dog.
Hey, Sean,
you come say it and just watch what you say. Freedom of speech. Just watch what you say because I come at you quick. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you, my experience with that is that happened on Facebook one time. And, you listen to the guy talk. You swear you was dealing with a literal bear. And so I find out who the guy was. I still didn't see who he was. And somebody just told me hey, old boy is out here. So I pull up. I walk up on him. And he's seeing me. I'm making eye contact as I'm walking up on him. He's unsure, like, oh, okay, who is this rolling up on me like this? And I was just like, yeah, it's me, homeboy. And it's this little 5'5", 100-pound peewee.
Would you get on a knee and talk to him eye to eye?
I just put my hands on his shoulder, wrapped him around the shoulder, like grabbed him around his, around the shoulder, neck, kind of firm, like
Big Brother messing around, but so you could feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, I told him, I said, I should field goal kick your ass, don't you? And he was just like, yeah, bro, I know. I mean, that was my fault. I'm like, nah, I want to hear none of that, man. You was talking a whole lot of stuff. I should field goal kick your little ass. And I ain't gonna do it, man. But take your little ass home, man. Stop talking so much shit on these social media platforms, man. That's too much. Now, don't expect people to just forget what you said, because he was saying all kind of foul, outlandish stuff about me, Didn't even know me. He was just saying stuff. You know what I mean? But when you walk up on him, it's usually one of them little peewees like that, or some big old 12 sandwich eating bloated MFer that can't do nothing to you in the first place. But usually that's what's going on. But you got the same thing going on with some of these guys on these podcasts, man. They just hate because they know we bring it real, man. They know it's real football talk going on here, and they're intimidated by that. They're intimidated. So just pay attention. Don't pay attention to who's in here. Pay attention to the people you don't see here. How about that? Pay attention to the people that you don't see here. And I'll just leave it at that. But I'm going to pass it to you guys. We're going to get ready to wrap this thing on up. I'm passing to you, kids. Let's give out some pleasantries before we get out of here.
Well, folks, it's Friday. Like I said, didn't have my drink. About to go get it now. It's about that time. It's about that time. We're well past 4:20, so we'll call it a weekend, y'all. We'll call it a weekend.
Yeah, it's May 24th, I think 4:20.
Oh, hey, sorry, I got my dates completely wrong there. Sorry about that. Well, what day is it again? Yeah. So no maniacs. Shout out to some of you guys who I haven't seen in a minute. Or who I really didn't get in the first go round. Felicia Taggart out of nowhere. But is that your Felicia?
Yeah.
That's your Felicia?
What's going on, sis? Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay. I'm just making sure. I hear about Felicia every week. What's up, Felicia? We're giving you some platform love right now. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well out there. Who else we got? Just B. I missed you first time around. Robert Friel. Thanks for kicking it with us today. Thomas Gage. Hey, man, you're keeping it real in the chat. We'll keep it real with you. No questions. Our guy, everybody's favorite Lions fan, Don Burr, a.k.a. Brad Holmes, a.k.a. Jahmyr Gibbs. I love it. Hey, man, you always keep the chat riled up, throwing all kinds of Barry Sanders slander in there, man. I don't know what else to say. You gotta love Barry Sanders. He's the GOAT, but we know who the GOATest is, right? We know who the GOATest is. Who else we got? James Joseph, James Ford, Dobbsy, you're late, Dobbsy. We will hold it against you next week. Derek Carter, King Booker World didn't get you earlier in the day. Thanks for repping with us. Oh, our guy Plank, $2 super chat. Not love to you. Love and respect to you, Plank. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for supporting, as always. Levante Rogers, what it do? What's up? KQ, what it do? And you know what? I'm getting thirsty, so I'm gonna pass it to my guy Bishop. Bishop, let's call this thing a weekend.
JoJo,
Yes,
by the
sir.
way, JoJo said he only eat 10 sandwiches, man.
Only 10 sandwiches, Joe? See, I was gonna say that remark, I resemble that remark, but it's all good. I'm more thirsty than I am hungry.
Go ahead,
Hey
Bishop,
man,
man.
it's Friday, y'all. It's Friday. Thank you again for hanging out with us a little past an hour, as you always do, and it's much appreciated by us. I'm gonna say this, man, to wrap everything up. It's really good, man. The fact that it is May and we're having a conversation about what we're seeing on the field, and the fact that he is going up against one of the top defenses in the league only means that he's going to be extremely successful. So, with that being said, man, be happy about everything. Thank you, baby. Um, be happy about what you're hearing now, because guess what? It's gonna get worse before it gets better. But you want it to be that. So me personally, I'm ecstatic. I'm excited. But I am gonna put out there too, though. For you yahoos that wanted this young man to be under center, now that you have him, ease up, man, and don't try to take his take what he believes in and use it against him, or more importantly, tear him down. Because there is a community out here, man, that will stand up and speak against that. So, chill, man. Y'all don't want to see none of those that will stand up on that. So, but anyway, I digress. I'm gonna pass the mic to my man Sean. It's Friday, y'all. Love on your loved ones. Enjoy this weekend, wherever you at. If it's sunny, get out there and enjoy the sun. But more importantly, enjoy the weekend. It's an extended weekend, um, Memorial Day weekend. So remember those that have fought and gave their lives and sacrificed for our freedom. So with that being said, Sean, I'm gonna pass it to you, my brother. Peace and love, everybody, this weekend.
Sports owners and Maniacs Unite. Man, it was a great show. You know what? I love the conversation. Everybody, just relax. All right, make sure you follow Sports Zone Chicago's YouTube channel. We'd appreciate it. It's free, free 99. You got to worry about anything yet. No charges, no nothing. We're all good for now. Okay. Good stuff, man. You know what? The Bears are growing. They are, they're going to go through some growing pains, and I want them now. I want them to get a lot of the things out of the way now. I want a lot of the teeth cutting. All right, I want them to cut their teeth now. I want a lot of their thing, because they're going to have them in the regular season. And the more you have them now, the less you're going to have in the regular season. Okay, so let's look forward to it. The Bears. Remember, be where your feet are at. All right, you got to understand where you're at. You are at a situation where the offense is. There's a lot of people who are learning a new offense. A lot of people weren't there yesterday on the offense, and the defense is 2+ years into the same system and scheme. Calls, verbiage, everything. So be happy with it. Understand and again, you should want Caleb to fail. All right, right now. You should want him to have problems. You should want the defense to haul off and pick him off now. So he learns. He learns, and he gets better. Iron sharpens iron. We've said that before. You've heard that phrase. But you know what? Enjoy the weekend. It's a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Ahead of us. It's going to 72, it's 80 here right now in Chicago, 72, 73, 70-something the rest of the weekend. Beautiful. If you're out in the Chicagoland area, tons of festivals. Get out there, meet up with some friends, hang out with your loved ones. And I always tell you, all right, so I said it here, make sure you send someone a text, all right? Reach out to someone you haven't reached out to, let them know you're thinking about them, because we all know all too close to our hearts, all right? Tomorrow's not promised, okay? So do that. Enjoy your weekend. And, C Sharp, Chris, we love you, man. We miss you. And, see you on the other side. Nomad?
Ditto that, Sean. Ditto that. I have a hard time even saying his name right now. I'm in better spirits, man, but I appreciate that from you, man. Real quick, man. Any of our viewers in the Oklahoma area, man, be on particular alert right about now. They're saying this storm coming this way, huh?
It's saying tornadoes over there.
Yeah, man. Not in the next 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours, it's gonna get pretty damn bad over there. They're saying this is one of the worst indicators they've seen. You know, some of the talking about that pattern and how strong it appears it's going to be. So any of our viewers over there in the Oklahoma area, man, be checking on folks, man, making sure that, like, if you live in a trailer or a home that doesn't have a basement or a cellar, probably need to go somewhere else that can protect you a little bit better, man, because this don't sound good. So please take care of yourself if you're over there. If you got loved ones over there, check with them, man. But just didn't sound good, and I just thought I should say something about that. But hey, man, you guys enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, man. Go eat some burn up ass hot dogs, drink too much beer, and just get ridiculous for no reason. Wrestle with your family in the grass, burn up somebody on the grill. Do something, man. Just have a good time and enjoy people this weekend, man, because that's what I'm gonna be doing as much as I can. But man, I appreciate you.
Hey,
guys.
real quick, Nomad. Hey, put up Robert Friel's comment.
What did he say? Robert?
He said Caleb will win.
Come on now, Robert. Caleb will win 2 Super Bowls as a rookie.
He's gonna get him 2 Lombardies as a rookie.
As a rookie. That's
crazy, man. I like that. I like that. But hey, man, don't be paying no attention to these busters out here, man. Hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you love this content that we do, hit the damn subscribe button for both us at the Nomad Network and at the Sports Zone Chicago with my guy, Sean, man. But we need the support, man. Show them who you think the best Bears content producers are. Don't let them tell you who the hell the best Bears content producers are. You tell them. And so I appreciate you one more time, everybody that came and was part of the chat. Anybody that's watching or listening from afar, appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the love and support. But we got to get ready to get out of here. Before I go, I got to leave you with this. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.